Let's see what we can do with this image with curves. Studio shot, temperature of the lighting, a little bit different than the film. Got a little bit of a problem there. We want to fix that overall cast. But we can do this, if we do it correctly, with one click. Let's create a curves adjustment layer from the adjustments panel. I want you to click this button right here. Remember what that button does. It allows you to come over here. See that little circle on the line? Think of that like a bead on a string. You want to get that bead right there. And you do that by moving around to see if you can find that spot. Now this might take you a minute. You got to get as close to a 128 input output as you can find. And that might take you a couple of seconds. But when you find it, like I just did, hold your mouse steady, reach over with your other hand and hold the shift key down, and click your mouse. You're making a color sampler because we need to be able to get back to that spot. If you'll notice, it's telling me over here we're at a 166 for red, a 133 for green, and a 92 for blue. That is a middle tone pixel. Forget the color for the moment. If you can neutralize that color, typically it will set everything in motion to color correct the image. What do? Well, this is how we're going to try it. Pick up this eyedropper right here. That's your middle tone eyedropper. Anything you click on with that eyedropper goes into a shade of gray. Come over here. Let's actually make that bigger so we can see if this is going to work. You want to get right on that spot. Cross your fingers, toes, whatever you need to do, and click. Not too bad for one click of a button. Most of the other colors will fall into place. Standard trick in color correction works most of the time if you can find that magic neutral pixel, and using this button right here is about the easiest way you're going to be able to do that. Let me show you one more thing while we're here. I'm going to move over the layers palette. We have a whole section coming up on blending modes, but you can use blending modes with adjustment layers. For example, if I go to overlay, notice how it changes the image. I'm not saying you want this, but changing the way this layer blends with this one can give you some tremendously interesting results. You could go to a hard light, for example, then come back over here to RGB, maybe lighten it up a little bit more. Changes the entire impact of that image as if it's shot with harsh lighting. So not only are we using curves, but we're also utilizing curves, possibly, with the changing of a blending mode to create a completely different effect.